Hi everyone, this is Katie at Craft Bake Journals. Today's video is a tutorial on how to make these lovely faux wooden frames. These are great because they have the look of a real photo frame but are designed to be able to lay flat in journals. You can even stand them up to showcase photos or art. I've also designed them so that you can add and remove different images if you'd like to change them at another point in time. These frames measure 4 inches across by 5.5 inches down and are the perfect size for journals or gifts. The supplies you'll need is cardstock and clear transparency sheets. You can also use page protectors and plastic packaging like I have here. You're also going to need brown and white matte paint and a paintbrush. So I started painting my cardstock white, and I'm just using long sweeping motions to do this. But because I know I'm going to be painting a brown layer over it, I'm not too concerned about what it looks like at this point. You can always just leave it white if you want a shabby chic look. After the white layer dries, I start painting the brown paint on. Here, I'm just using the Apple Barrel brand paint in melted chocolate that I got for 50 cents at Walmart. I'm using the same sweeping motions that I used for the first layer. The bristles in this type of paintbrush help to make it look like that wood grain texture. I also had fun making these reclaimed barnwood style frames with multiple colors like gray, black, brown, and white. Once that second layer is dry, I glued the faux wood sheet to another piece of cardstock to help strengthen it. You can skip this step if you want to have a thinner frame, but I find that it helps give it more of a real frame feel when it's a little bit thicker. While that sheet is drying, I cut the cardstock and the transparency sheets for the backing to the frames. These are going to be measuring 4 inches across by 5.5 inches down. Now that the sheet of faux wood is dried, I'm going to cut 4-inch strips for the sides of the frame. The strip should be about 3/4 of an inch thick in order to make the frame 4 inches by 5.5 inches, but you can play around with different sizes if you want. I'm going to be saving the leftover pieces because I'm going to use these for the stand. Okay, now it's time to assemble the frames. First, I started gluing one of those 4-inch strips to the top of the transparency sheet. I finished with gluing the rest of the sides. After I'm done assembling the frame, I'm going to attach the backing with the stand. First, I punched a notch in the top of the cardstock to make it easier to add and remove photos. Next, I'm just going to glue my edges and insert my little 4-inch strip of paper so that I can make the stand. And you just want to make sure that you glue it maybe 1/2 inch up so it has enough sturdiness. And you're gonna see me flip over that little strip because I realized that it was backwards, but it doesn't really matter that much. So once you glue your 4-inch piece down, you're gonna wanna fold it about 1 inch just so that it has enough room to stand on in the back. And then from there, you're just gonna fold it about 1/4 of an inch so that it has a little bit of a tab to stick to the back. And you might have to play around with it a little bit just so that you can kind of get it to stand up. Like you see, I'm kind of fiddling with it in this clip. And there you have it, perfect little faux wood frames for your journals and gifts. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. Thanks for watching.